Some breaking news coming in. Big twist in the Jharkhand mining raids. Jharkhand Chief Minister's aide's house has now been raided and AK47 has been found in the house of Chief Minister's aide. So that's the big story that's coming in connection with the Jharkhand mining raids. There's a big twist now. The house of the Chief Minister's aide has been raided, and from there an AK47 rifle has been found from the Jharkhand Chief Minister's aide's residence. So that's the big story coming out of Jharkhand. Remember, these raids have been on since morning. Now, the aide of Jharkhand Chief Minister, his house has been raided and an AK47 has been found. It's unclear at the moment why that rifle was there, the assault rifle, at the Chief Minister's aide's residence. But that's the big twist that's coming in connection with the Jharkhand mining raids. Big story coming from Jharkhand as these raids continue since the morning at multiple locations in connection with the mining scam case. The aide of Jharkhand Chief Minister's, his house being raided and an AK-47 rifle being discovered from the Chief Minister's aide's house in Jharkhand. The big story, the big development in those raids, in that case that's been ongoing. The raids have been happening at multiple places since this morning. Now an AK-47 being discovered, being found at the house of the Chief Minister's aide in Jharkhand. So the big development there in Jharkhand as far as that mining case is concerned, and the raids, the ongoing raids at multiple locations in Jharkhand and elsewhere is concerned. Jharkhand Chief Minister's aide's house being raided and an AK-47 being found at Chief Minister aide's residence. All right, Aditya joining us for more on this in connection with the Jharkhand mining raids. Aditya, an AK-47, that's a big discovery that's coming out of the house of the Chief Minister's aide.
Well, exactly. As far as the information transpiring from Jharkhand is concerned, of course, AK-47 rifles have been found in possession of Chief Minister's aide, very close aide, Prem Prakash. And interesting to note here is that the entire raid sequence was actually being conducted by Enforcement Directorate in its bid to track illegal mining scam that has been being pursued by them for quite some time in Jharkhand, and that senior officials have been arrested in this case. But then the recovery of sophisticated weapons like that of Kalashnikov points out towards a major involvement of criminals and people from criminal backgrounds in the entire episode.